Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got a video about B-Souls, link to his channel in the description below, titled Every NBA Legend's Worst Game. So this is going to be extremely interesting because, like, whenever we think of these legends, they're obviously called legends for a reason, right, man? So, you know, you don't think about, like, LeBron James pulling a Crispy Flakes and going, like, 1 for 22 from the field or something like that. I mean, he probably never done that before, but still, we probably hear about that. But, yeah, let's go ahead and hop into this.
Legend I want to talk about, and that is none other than Kobe beating Bryant.
Alright, starting with the legend of all legends.
Game 5, 2000 Finals. Now, the 2000 Finals was Kobe Bryant's first NBA Finals appearance, and in this series, he did suffer a sprained ankle, and in Game 4, he had a tremendous performance. That wouldn't stop the Mamba in a crucial Game 4. However, in Game 5 of this series, Kobe was atrocious. Mind you, this was a week after he sprained his ankle, which I understand that will affect his production. But regardless, if I had to pick Kobe's worst game,
y'all were playing his sprained ankle?
As in this game, Kobe would only score 8 points, only have 3 assists, and shot 4 of 20 from the field.
Damn, that's all that would be all my career highs. I mean, so if Kobe's worst game is my best game, then
that is horrific. The Lakers also lost by 33 points, and Reggie Miller and Jalen Rose both went off for 25 and
yeah, Kobe would get Jalen back in the future.
Not to mention that his teammate Shaquille O'Neal also had a good game, so if there was one person to blame for the Lakers' loss, it would most likely be Kobe Bryant, along with other factors, but he would be the main factor. LeBron James, Game 4, 2011
Was this the cramp game?
Now, this was LeBron's first year in Miami, and as we all know, at least if you were old enough back then, LeBron was under a lot of pressure this year.
No, that was in San Antonio, I think, right?
They had super team expectations, and anything less than a ring was a failure. So here we are at the 2011 Finals. LeBron had a great Eastern Conference Finals. They were favored in this series. Everything was going their way.
Who they beat? Detroit?
Going into
Kyle
Game
Singler?
4, the Miami Heat had a 2-1 lead going into it. However, LeBron had one of the biggest choke jobs we've ever seen.
Let's see it. Okay, wait. Oh, wait, this is the total stats. My bad.
In NBA history. As in this game, LeBron put up 8 points and 4 turnovers on 3 of 11 shooting in a game where they only lost by 3 points.
Very passive.
The biggest concern, that was just the fact that he only put up 8 points, but the fact that he only took 11 shots. This is LeBron James, a guy that's capable of leading the league in points, a guy that right now is on pace to have the most points in NBA history, and in a pivotal game, he only shot 11 shots. I vividly remember in this game people saying that LeBron was scared, that
showed his human side, I guess,
and it also didn't help that this game, Wade and Bosh both were great.
You're on the precipice of winning a title. Up 3-1, right? I mean, it's a big game.
Damn, we all haters.
Quarter especially, it was like a Where's Waldo. I didn't even know he was in the game. I'm looking for him, and you're right.
He had 7 assists.
I think people can live with having a bad night,
9
shooting,
rebounds.
playing, making some mistakes, doing things, but he just was disengaged. How can you be disengaged in the biggest game to put you?
I think this is when Mark Cuban came on and roasted the hell out of Skip Bayless, you know, talking about like the defense they ran against LeBron and everything in the zone.
Your
so,
foot on the
you know,
Dallas
might be good
Mavericks'
defense
neck and go up 3-1, not to be engaged. Is it?
And I know that basketball is a team game, but in my opinion, this game specifically was on LeBron, because everyone else around him performed well. They still only lost by 3, yet he was the one that underperformed.
Makes you want to get inside the mind of LeBron to really see what it's all about.
2007 first round. Now
Denver
in 2007, Allen Iverson was traded to the Denver Nuggets, and the duo of Allen Iverson and Carmelo Anthony was born.
You want to talk about a one-ball team?
Very exciting duo for many NBA fans. And there was a lot of pressure, as AI, for the first time in his career, had a superstar he could play with. And while the Nuggets were not favored going into the series, there were still some expectations that they would put up a good fight. So once again in the first round, the Denver Nuggets would be matched up against the San Antonio Spurs, and in Game 1, Allen Iverson played pretty good, scoring 31 points on 50% shooting in a win.
Yeah, I blame Anthony Carter on the series.
He would not shoot over 36% for any of the games after, and it's not like they were all blowouts, they were close games too. However, in Game 5, Allen Iverson shot a horrific 27% from the field in 44 minutes of play.
Big
And
yikes.
in an elimination game, the Denver Nuggets would lose by 15. And I would say a primary reason as to why the Denver Nuggets lost this series, let alone this game, was Allen Iverson.
Yeah, I hate to say Iverson's one of my favorite players of all time. But his career, you probably would say, is pretty top heavy. Like, Iverson had a pretty bad fall off from an NBA legend standpoint.
Shooting woes. The worst one being in Game 5, the elimination game. Kevin Durant, Game 3, 2011 Western Conference Finals. Going into Game 3,
never imagined KD having a bad game.
And the Oklahoma City Thunder were
always balls out,
with the chance to put up a pretty significant 2-1 lead on the Mavericks. Now, I might look like a fool saying this. Yes, KD put up 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Right.
But we have to realize...
I knew he was going to have to really dig deep into the bag to really find a bad game for Kevin Durant. I knew it.
Factors. Number one, he shot 32% from the field, 0 for 8 from 3.
So he played like Russell.
One of the most efficient scorers the league has ever seen. This is a guy capable of scoring 25 in his sleep on 50, 40, 90 shooting most days. And for him to go 32% from the field, 0 for 8 from 3 is horrendous.
Yeah, that's a Westbrook
Let's
impression.
also add the fact that in
he's
this
like, how do you like it?
Dirk Nowitzki also had a terrible game, shooting 33% from the field with 7 turnovers.
He was like 90 at that
and
point.
let's also add the fact that his teammate
87,
Westbrook
not
had a
quite
decent
90.
game, putting up 30 points on 40, 50, 93 splits. And once again, with an opportunity to go up 2-1 at home, this was a very missed opportunity for the Thunder. And I would primarily blame KD for this loss. Wilt Chamberlain, Game 6, 1969.
Damn, there's stats about
and
this?
now let's go back in time all the way to the...
I bet you his worst game's like 30 points on like 46% shooting. You know, probably only grabbed like 15 rebounds. You know, only had 6 blocks.
Late 1960s. In 1969, this was Bill Russell's last year in the league. Mind you that this year, Wilt Chamberlain teamed up with Jerry West and Elgin Baylor in order to finally beat the Boston Celtics. I know Wilt Chamberlain has been on teams that's beaten the Boston Celtics before, but Wilt Chamberlain really joined the Los Angeles Lakers in hopes of being the undisputed most dominant force in the league. And in 1969, they had a chance to prove that. Going into Game 6, the Los Angeles Lakers were up 3-2, and Wilt Chamberlain was averaging 11 points and 26 rebounds on 47%.
Damn, 26 rebounds, 11 points got me.
The 5 games prior to Game 6. Now you might be wondering, Wilt Chamberlain is only averaging 11 points? Isn't that underperforming already? I believe Wilt Chamberlain did make it a priority this season to be the third option on the team, as he believed that Jerry West and Elgin Baylor would be better scoring options than
I'm sure he was correct about that.
So I understand if his scoring production isn't the monstrous 30 points per game that we've come to expect from Wilt Chamberlain whenever we hear his name. But in Game 6, he put up 8 points on, yes, 18 rebounds, but he shot 1 for 6 from the field, playing 48 minutes.
See, did he say it was his last season or something? Because that's the case. It's like, this one doesn't really bother me. You know, you can start becoming old head and stuff like that. It's like, you know.
Again, I understand the decrease in production.
Right.
But 1 of 6 shooting from a guy who averaged 21 points in the regular season. And in Game 7, the Lakers would also fail to win that game, and the Boston Celtics would end up coming back from a 3-2 lead.
Damn, man.
Winning the 1960.
Yo, they played in May, the NBA Finals?
Larry Bird,
Damn.
Game 4, 1985 Eastern Conference Finals. Now, yes, the Celtics did end up winning this series in 5 games, but specifically just for this game alone, Larry Bird was cheeks. He was cheeks. Larry Bird this game would only score 14 points on 27% shooting
I'll
from
take
the
it.
field and had 8 turnovers on top
Yo,
of
whoa,
Steph
bro.
Curry, Game 7, 2016 Finals. Now I know we've heard all of the monologues about the 2016 Finals, but let me just give a real quick recap. The Warriors were at home, and they were at risk for being the first team in NBA history
Did they box and
to
won them?
blow a 3-1 lead. The biggest game of not just Steph Curry's career, but really any player's career. This is a Game 7 of the NBA Finals. The unanimous MVP puts up 17 points on 32% shooting from the field and
14 from
29%
three.
shooting
Damn.
from 3, and only takes 1 free throw the whole game. Also along with 4
Refs rigged it. Nah,
turnovers
I'm just joking,
and
guys.
4
I'm not opening up that
personal
can.
fouls. And I don't want to get copyright claim, but I know you guys remember that stupid behind the back pass he threw to Klay Thompson in a crucial possession that was just unnecessary. It was really a shame because I was really rooting for Steph Curry at the time because I wanted to see greatness unfold. I mean, this guy was so close to the near perfect season. But like I said in the beginning of this video, not everyone is perfect. Tim Duncan,
yeah, now everything's a fairy tale.
2007
can't have the perfect ending.
Finals. Now, going into the series, the Spurs were the 1 seed. Specifically going into Game 3, they did lose the first 2 games of the series at home, which was pretty disappointing. However, Game 3 was really the icing on the cake and really ended the series.
Look at that blowout, man.
Kobe
36.
As in Game 3, the San Antonio Spurs were blown out by 39 points. And yes, Duncan did fill up the stat sheet, putting up 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, and 4 blocks. However, in a crucial Game 3, Duncan only scored 9 points on 3 of 14 shooting, with 3 turnovers and 4 fouls. Kevin
that was in 2000. Yeah, that was like his prime.
2000 first round. This was KG's 4th playoff appearance, in which he was matched up against the 59-win Portland Trail Blazers.
Oh yeah, he's on the T-Wolves, right? Yeah,
Scottie Pippen,
T-Wolves back then.
Wallace,
Sheed, baby, look at Sheed, man, clamp him up like that.
Smith. Now, while yes, the Minnesota Timberwolves were not expected to win the series, that does not automatically
look how skinny KG is compared to Sheed.
Terrible performances, and this is a case where KG played horrific, and not just for this game, but for the entire series. As in Game 1, KG only scored 12 points, shot 6 of 20 from the field, was a -15, and went 1 for 5 in the 4th quarter in a 3-point loss. He also went 1 of 4 in the 4th quarter in Game 2 in another 4-point loss. When he
had 10 rebounds, 11 assists. Is that what I'm seeing? That ain't bad.
Game 3, however, he actually played pretty well, and this was the only game they won in this series. But then in Game 4,
it's a master passer.
KG had arguably the worst performance of his career. While yes, KG put up 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists, I mean, those are terrific numbers most of the time. But once again, this is an elimination game, and there is still a level of production expected from KG on the offensive end, specifically when it comes to scoring. And for KG to go 5 of 20 from the field, and for him to go 1 of 7 in just the 4th quarter alone, a -15, when going into the 4th quarter, they were actually up by 9 points. Technically 7, but then KG scored 2 points. His only 2 points in the 4th quarter. A minute into the 4th quarter, for KG to go 0 of 6 for the last 11 minutes of the game.
Look at Sheed in his face, though, man. Yeah, there we go. Sheed, get him, Sheed.
Really bad.
Yeah, Rasheed, baby.
Game 5. 2015
claimed the hell out of KG.
Finals. Now, James Harden in 2015,
straight up shit talker.
This was
not
the first year where people really considered
actually
him an MVP candidate. The round before this, Harden already had his ass saved by Josh Smith and Corey Brewer.
Yo, imagine that. Josh Smith saving your team.
When both Corey Brewer and Josh Smith would go off, as Harden was benched because he was 5 of 20 from the field. So going into the Western Conference Finals, Harden was given a second chance of some sort, and he once again blew it, as after losing
his pretty much worst games are always in the playoffs.
Game 3, Harden put up an abysmal 17 points and 4 assists on 3 of 16 shooting from the field. 3 of 16 shooting.
So we got to the free throw line a billion times. No surprise.
But you know, the crazy thing is, this wasn't even his worst game this series, as 2 games later, in Game 5, the elimination game, Harden would get this
straight up choke job.
15 points on an abysmal
shave the beard,
2 of 11 shooting, had 5 fouls, and had a playoff record of 12 turnovers. 12 turnovers. I mean, just in the 4th quarter alone,
Bobby turned over 2 ball had to pass to was Corey Brewer.
Field and had 4 fouls in
Josh Smith, sitting on the 3-point line.
There's a reason why this man is viewed as a playoff joker. Just in this one playoff run,
but Rocket fans will say you're hating.
Harden had 3 terrible performances in 3 crucial games.
That's the thing, man. It's like you can say something that's completely 1,000,000,000% true, and people are gonna get caught up in their feelings, so they can't, admit it. They'll be like, you're just a Rockets hater. It's like, no. When everybody says something, chances are it's not hating.
And if you have time, another contender for James Harden was Game 6 of the 2017 second round. Look at that game. Oh my God.
You lost by 39?
But that's going to be it for today's video.
Oh, shoot. Dang, that's the end of it. Okay. Very good video right there, man. Very good video. I definitely do not know about a lot of these right here. That's because these legends, they probably wanted them to be forgotten, right?